Hello, my friends. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I am about to make a breakfast or brunch casserole that is so easy, so delicious, and it's highly adaptable. I'm going to link to a previous YouTube where I made this casserole in another format using a different cheese, using a different meat, but the base is still the same. The base is eggs and your favorite tots. Or Ida has the registered trademark for Tater Tots. So if you use another brand of frozen potato tots, they're not going to be called Tater Tots. Alexia, I use sweet potato puffs. I believe there is a Roots brand. They call them sweet potato croutons, and they just look like little diced sweet potatoes. If you use or Ida, it's going to be a tater tot. If you use another brand, it'll be another name. I'm just going to show you. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 10 eggs this time. The last time I did 12 eggs, and I'm doing 10 this time just to show you that it works out either way. So if you're feeding 6 to 8 people, go ahead and use a dozen eggs. If you're feeding maybe 6 to 7 or 5 to 7, you can use less. I just don't want people to go to the fridge and only have 8 or 10 eggs and think, oh no, I can't make this casserole, because you can. Okay, so what you want to do is you always want to crack and whip your eggs before you add anything else to them. Some eggs just do not want to break apart. So if you're piling other ingredients in a bunch of eggs that haven't been whisked, you might have a lot of trouble breaking up your eggs, and you don't want a whole egg yolk in a dish like this. I think we've broken those up. One more thing. You don't have to do this, but I always like to add everything but bagel seasoning when I have eggs. And when I have eggs in a dish, I add my seasoning while I'm whisking, and that will make your eggs seasoned and flavorful from the inside out. It calls for 1/2 cup to 3/4 of milk. I've got about 3/4 of 2% milk and some heavy whipping cream. Why, you say? Do you have heavy whipping cream? It just adds more flavor. Fat adds more flavor. So I'm whipping that in. And then it calls for a cup of sour cream. You can use cottage cheese that you've whipped to get the curds out. Today, I'm just using sour cream. You can use those interchangeably, or you can use 1/2 and 1/2. I've done that as well. You're probably not going to taste the difference because there's a lot going on in this breakfast casserole. But if you do the cottage cheese, you are going to be getting a lot more protein, which is a good thing if you're trying to make your protein goals. Okay, so you want to whisk again and get everything as smooth as possible. If you choose to add vegetables to this breakfast casserole, because you're basically making like an omelet in a casserole pan. I did about a cup of diced onion. I just used frozen. And I did a little baby spinach. And then I did 1 yellow pepper. You don't have to use veggies, but why not? I sauteed them in extra virgin olive oil. I seasoned them with salt and pepper. So it's just like you're getting a little veggie omelet. And it just adds more nutrients and a little color. It's that easy. That's your egg base. Now you are going to get your tots, and you're going to put them in frozen. And I'm not going to use the whole bag because I may put some on the top at the end, and then I'll show you how you do those. Okay, so there you have it. Now, the last time I made this, I used turkey sausage that I had browned a few days before. This time, I'm going to go ham. This is Kentucky Legend, and y'all, Kentucky Legend is my favorite brand of small ham that you can year-round get at the grocery. Look at this. This is hickory smoked, diced, fully cooked. Look at what a perfect dice this is. It couldn't get any easier than this. You're just going to break all the ham up like this. And this is 1/2 of a pound. And I got another one. If I only had a half of a pound, guys, that's all I would use. But I want to make this really hearty. We'll probably serve this at a holiday breakfast, which is right around the corner, or for our small group, which we entertain. We have our small group couples over, young married couples. This is perfect because it's hearty, cheesy, and delicious. I've got all of this, and I'm just sort of gonna nestle it together just like this. Look how easy, look how easy. Now, we are going to add our cheese. This is 1 block of pepper jack. I used a little more cheese last time. I think I used a cup of mozzarella and a cup of cheddar, but look, this is all I'm going to add, just like this. We're just going to finish by pouring over the egg mixture. Literally, friends, it's like you have an omelet in a casserole dish. There's something that I order at our club where we go eat sometimes after church, or we eat at night. It's just a little country club. They have a tavern menu, and they have a breakfast skillet. And it's basically every good thing in a skillet. You have your big hash brown potatoes, you have your egg, you have your cheese, you have your choice of meat, and it's all together in one big skillet, and it's so good. This is sort of like that. So look how easy. It just couldn't be easier. So I'm going to bake this, and then I'm going to come back and show you how it turns out. Okay, my friends, look at this yummy, yummy casserole. It could not be easier. Tips for serving. You can make this a day or 2 ahead and keep it in the refrigerator covered. Just gently reheat it on about 275 covered in foil, where it just slowly comes back to being warm. You don't want to cook it on a 350. You just want to gently reheat. Or, and this is what I'm probably going to do, let this cool, freeze it, and I'm going to take it out of this pan. And guys, this is a caraway, and I want you to look how it's not sticking to the sides. So I'm going to let this cool, and I'm going to put a baking sheet over it and then flip it over where it will stay in one piece. And I'm going to wrap it for the freezer, and then I will pull it out and gently reheat it. Just reheat it because it's cooked when we have small group. So it's that easy. And this is so easy that you could actually get up one morning, go to church, come home, have it already ready to pop in the oven, and you could pop it in the oven and then serve it just like this. So I hope this was a recipe that you'll give a try. As always, I appreciate your following along. Always feel free to leave me comments, and until next time, be blessed and stay savvy.